Hello. So I think I'm live. I am having technical difficulties. Oh, although my Scrivener has just in fact decided to open up on itself, which I am impressed with. I think part of the issue is that it's asking for an update download. So I will be doing that. I don't know how many people are due to be joining today. This is obviously the final stream for NaNoWriMo. I've kind of enjoyed doing these. Sometimes I just need that accountability to get some writing done. So that is why I'm here. I will straight up say that I have not got anywhere close to my target, and even today's stream will not get me to where I need to be. But what it will do is allow me to get closer to where I need to be. I don't know if I need to use a Google Doc or not. You just sit here. I think I'm gonna have some issues with my internet. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's gonna be my internet or just my laptop in general because it is like 7 years old nearly and it is dying completely. But we don't have the issue of the heat wave that we had 2 weeks ago. So there is that. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye because that is the sort of person that I am. I think I'm gonna let my Scrivener update and then we are going to attempt to get some writing done. I'm going to do it in 25-minute sprints because that is just what I prefer. Have I got any banners? Oh, I do. Oh, 1 second. I am being asked for admin passwords to update my Scrivener. So I was looking at the banners I've added on StreamYard. They're a bit. One of them is literally just to be right back. I'm getting a drink. So I am going to do 25 minutes. I like the Pomodoro technique of doing productivity, having 25 minutes writing and then maybe 5 minutes of a break, a bit longer if anyone does decide to join us today. Yes, no one, I don't think there's anyone, I can't tell, but I'm going to act as though we have got these updates and that we have got people there. But I'm just waiting for this to update. Let me see. The plus side is that a lot of people do this and have podcasts, whereas I don't. So I don't need to worry about any dead space. If I retweet this one, quote tweet. Yep, I am going a bit crazy with all of the hashtags on Twitter because I'm pretty sure you can hear all that. Scrivener is still updating. So we'll just have to leave it for a second. Oops, almost left the broadcast. That would be a little bit awkward. Oh. I am just heading off for a second, so I'll be back shortly. Oops. Now I can't seem to get my camera back working. This. That's weird, crazy feedback. Go. Now we've got it working. Definitely had a mind of its own. Right, have we got this to update? Nice. Oh, look at that. Scrivener's working again. So maybe last time part of the issue was that I had the laptop overheating, but also it needed to do this update. So clearly the update was kind of more vital than I thought it was. Oh, it's weird today. So whilst I get this loaded, I'm gonna find a See, the weird thing is, I can't get this when I put this on. I don't hear a sound. I don't know if I need to share the audio because it's not playing for me when I have like sound on any of these clips. I won't put YouTube on. I was gonna try and find a timer, but it doesn't look like it wants to work. So we will just use Google's timer because it just makes life easier. That is the file open project. So because of the issues I had last time, it actually crashed out my Scrivener and I had to completely change the document. So I'm just loading that and then we will get going. Yeah, it's open. Right, we'll close that one down. Open there. Let us share a screen. The mild panic in my eyes whilst everyone waiting for something. Chrome tab. Timer. Okay, so we're going to do 25 minutes, mini break, 25 minutes. I might stream until sort of like 10 o'clock tonight, so that'll be an hour and a half in total, but like an hour and 20 minutes from now. So we should be able to get a few live sprints in. So if anyone does decide to join in at any point, I will chuck those in. So I'll just put a little thing at the bottom so everyone knows how long we're here for. And if anyone does have any suggestions of times, let me know. I'm going to see if I can get Spotify to work as well. So I've got some music in the background. But good luck on the first 25 minutes. Okay, so I managed to get through 665 words in that 25 minutes, despite the fact that I was having some crazy issues. So that's nice. Nice to actually manage to do something. Hi Seb, hope you're still around. Did you get much writing done in that 25 minutes for me? I'm not sure what time you popped by, but I hope you were able to get something done, even if it wasn't writing. Just add this to my little notebook. Oh, very nice. Look at you going with all that editing. I am really far behind. I have wrote about 30,000 words maybe, and about I'm just over halfway through because I've not managed to hit the sort of word goals for each chapter, but I'm getting there. I definitely haven't outlined the last sort of 5 chapters, so I knew I was going to be behind a little bit anyway, but yeah, it's better than the start of the month. It's more organised and definitely feels more like a story. So my initial goal was 90,000 words, but that was to write a 30 chapter book with like sort of 3,000 words per chapter. And then it ended up that the chapters I was writing kind of finished organically around 2,000 words. So I revised that down to 60. I'm now on chapter 18 and I've got just under 30,000 in total, I think it is. So some chapters are going like above the 2,000, some are below. I wrote a small chapter, but I've added 2 extra in compared to the outline that I did because I felt like the way the narratives were going in those chapters needed to just pull. It needs to be pulled out. It just didn't flow right. So I've kind of added extra chapters. Yeah, so that 90k was just for this Camp Nano. I was being really ambitious. I was trying to write a book in a month, but like having it fully done. So I tried to outline a lot in June, and the outlining went well, apart from the last 5 chapters that I couldn't quite figure out how to outline. I had I outlined against the beat sheet, and then I was trying to outline against like each individual chapter. So the last sort of 20%, I did not do very well at outlining against chapters. But no, I don't think I've gone too bad. 30,000 still an admirable amount of words, I think. And I did so my novella that I'm hoping to publish this year, I got my edits back from the editor on the 29th of June, and I sent them back off for copy edits last week. I think it was last Monday. Was it this Monday? I think it was the 26th. So I took a couple of days out to do that as well. So it was I had to pull back, but sometimes life gets in the way. So which fic is it? Is it the Witcher one, or is it the Dungeons and Dragons were just the notes, wasn't it? Is it just the Witcher fic that you've finished off and editing through now? And was that just your goal for Camp Nano to get that one done, or did you have like mini goals to sort out? Right, if I added that in, yes, I have. Put across on that one. Oh wow! I'm guessing you've not done that in July. 408,000 words is a lot. Although fan fiction, I always feel like did tend to get higher because you don't have to have any constraints of anything. It's just like a weekly sort of serial in some cases. But that is a lot. I am impressed. Wow. Hoping to shave off just a few thousand words with some light edits. Yeah, maybe. 408,000 is a lot. I dread to think how long that'd actually take to read. I think it took me 2 weeks to read The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm pretty sure that's like 150,000. So probably a good month to read The Witcher fic, but it's quite interesting. Although I've never played the game or read any of the books, so I don't really know much about it apart from the witches are like magic kind of things, in immortal something. I can't remember. Wish I'd done that in July. Started writing on 10th. Wow. Well, to be fair, it is 408,000 words. So the fact that it's taking you from February 2020 to July 2021 to write it and start editing, I still think that's impressive. I struggle to write. Well, I've got 30,000 words done this month, but I struggle to write consistently. So the fact that you've managed to do 408,000 words in like, what, 18? No, 17 months? That's impressive. I have my calculator. 800 words a day. So you wrote around 24,000 words a month. Not bad, not bad. This fic is what got me back into writing after I got burnt out of the publishing industry. Yeah, that makes sense. What experience have you had with the publishing industry then? I'm guessing it was because I know you gave a lot of your friends works before. So are you working in a traditional publishing house, or did you work for one, or is it books that you've gone through with that? But yeah, I think writing what you want to write can help. You don't have to feel that need to do what other people are telling you to. You can just do what's fun. But yeah, 800 words a day is it's a good amount. I feel like 800 words is achievable. There's been some days, like on my little list that I've got, like most days tend to average around like 400 to like 750-ish. And then I'll have like some days where I go crazy. And by crazy, I mean like nearly 4,000. But then I find that the days afterwards, it's just so much less because I've kind of like burnt out my creative spell. I tried to get a debut published, got so focused on what publishers and readers want to see, I stopped writing what I wanted to do. It sapped all the joy out of writing and made me want to stop entirely for years. Yeah, this is why I decided this year that I wanted to go self-published. So I've always wanted to write. I started writing when I was like 8 or 9. Really terrible. Really terrible writing. But I always wanted to be traditionally published. And then during the pandemic, I got furloughed for a bit. So I did a lot of research into like just the sort of like author side of things. And I fell into a lot of self-published authors. And I just like the way it was. I like the fact that you didn't have to be constrained by what someone else thought was good, because it's very gatekeeper. So I can understand why it did sap that out and switched from German to English. That is a big switch. Do you prefer writing in English? I'm guessing. Yeah. I wrote, well, how old was I? I was 17, 18, and I wrote Twilight fan fiction because I didn't like what Stephanie Meyer had done with her characters. So I wanted to change them and give them more personality. So I had changed Bella to be more of an active character rather than who had things done to her. She actively did things. And I was trying to stop people from thinking Jacob was a creepy, weird wolf thing. But no, I wrote Harry Potter fan fiction, pretty much. I was trying to write my own story, but I just read Harry Potter at the age of like 8/9. So I tried to write about a magical boarding school. But I added like an entire like what you'd probably use for a full book plot arc as like 3 chapters. It was so bad. It's on a floppy disk somewhere. That's how old I am. It's on a floppy disk hidden away. I prefer English. I write a lot about queer topics, and vocabulary just isn't really there in German. Yeah, I've noticed. So I studied French and Spanish at university, and technically I'm fluent, although I've not spoken them for a good number of years. And a lot of the words they use, they just like Frenchify or Spanishify the English one. So like Twitter and tweet is like tuitear in Spanish, and I'm pretty sure it's similar in French. But no, I can imagine that it's weird because it's like the languages come across because there's so much English spoken on the internet. the new terminology comes across just in English, and then there's not really an equivalent because that language hasn't been allowed to evolve through to it, I think. Is that the fan fiction that makes you cringe? But at least you've got the option to write in English where you can use the terminology and go into like the queer topics that you want to go into, and explain everything properly, because I don't know much German, but I know that it did seem to be quite fiddly from what I remember. Oh, the Germanized queer book. Is it just like literally like the words in English but then made to sound more Germanic? Because that is honestly, I think, what it is in Spanish. So like, I know in Spanish, to fangirl over something is fangirlear. It's literally the English word with just er at the end to make it Spanish, because they've not come up with a term themselves, and because that's so like dominated online, they've just adapted that. So I'm guessing that's similar to the German version of things as well. Oh. It was extremely gendered to the point even objects have a gender, but ironically there isn't a neutral pronoun apart from the equivalent of it, and as an undying binary person. That just is not it. Yeah, I know there's there's 9 cases? Because I know there's like masculine, feminine, neuter, and then there's like dative and stuff. I dated someone who studied German whilst I was at uni, so I learned like minor grammar, um, but only like the names of things. But that is crazy that they only have an it equivalent. I can't imagine being called it is nice. So terrible when we learned that at school. Yeah, I've learned that native speakers don't understand the grammar as well as people who learn it as a second, third, fourth language, because they don't have to go into the grammar things. So I understand some grammar terms in English because I studied the French and Spanish and we had to translate them. But like members of my family, I'll talk to them about things. I'm like, oh, did you know we've got like a subjunctive tense in English? And they're like, what? What's subjunctive? Or saying like gerunds, and a gerund is any of our words that end in ing. The worst thing is that even plural, the equivalent is C, which is the same as the feminine pronoun. Yeah. Yeah. No, I guess that is frustrating on me. Since we've not got that terminology or language. And especially the mixes between. Sometimes I feel like English has managed to streamline it to a sense where you don't have to worry so much, in the sense of like we because we got rid of all our gendered words, obviously, because we have a mongrel language is the easiest way to explain it. And there's a little bit of Indian, there's a little bit of French, there's some German, there's some like Norse. I'm sure it's Norse. That just makes it all together. That's the problem with being conquered and conquering. But no, it must be nicer to be able to use English and have the language and terminology that most suits you. Although you could refer to yourself in third person all the time. You just have people be like, Seb has said this. Oh, right. I think I'm going to go for another 25 minutes and see how many more words we can get done. English is very flexible and German is very precise but restricting. Yeah, I think in English we kind of just gave up on rules, to be honest. We make nouns into verbs a lot of the time to mean whatever we want. I feel like we've got a very flexible language. I'm sure, I think English has got like twice as many words as Spanish does because we've just got so many synonyms and slang words because we let loose. We don't follow the rules, which sometimes is frustrating, but also it helps in the way that the world's evolved. So we're able to have that sort of flexibility. But from what I remember, German was um, very restrictive and like precise in how you say things. Like it is a very specific way that you have to say it. So many ways you can say one thing in English, and German there's many ways. In German there's many ways of saying many things, but very few per thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have like one thing, and then like to say that you're drunk, we've got so many different ways of saying it. So like we have like drunk, sloshed, gazeboed, trolleyed. Um, now I'm thinking about it, I can't think of them, but we've got so many that for just that one thing. But there's like so many different things. Like, oh, I feel sorry for non-native speakers sometimes because we just make words up on the spot. You are welcome. Every time I meet someone who is learning English as a second language, I apologize because we just so many words that are the same word and then pronounced in different ways, and it changes the meaning of a sentence, like tear and tear, and read and read, and lead and led. Just I don't know why we do it. And then like the crazy pronunciations. There was a thing online where you can pronounce is it fish? Yeah. You can say the word fish by using GHOTI, I think it was. Because of like the different pronunciation rules, because you use like the GH is a f from like though and stuff like that. It was crazy. I was like that is not the word fish. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there's the image. Let me open that up and I'll share it. I'll share that screen. Oh, share the screen. Yeah, so if that's not the right one. Right, so this is how you pronounce fish. So it's if the G sound from enough, which is the f, the O from woman, because it makes like because it's not it's like wit. So Whitman, the TI like from nation because it's a sh sound. You've got fish. That's not the word fish. But it fits in with our grammar rules so badly. Oh, yeah, I've seen like I said, I didn't study German, but I knew quite a few people who did, and it was crazy and very literal. All I can say though is like ich habe mein Einstellen es war mein größter Pepsi Cola. The useful phrases. um oh yeah. Tough though and thought and don't forget through and throughout. English is hard, but can be understood through tough thought, though. That is a tongue twister. You cannot say that fast. But, no, so this is why I feel sorry for anyone trying to learn English as a second language, because we just, I think we gave up with our own rules on what we needed to do with a language, and here we are. I never know which one I prefer on this screen. Yeah. So I am sorry, and hopefully it's not too much of a pain to learn. And if I say anything you don't understand, let me know, because I recently found out that like British English and American English have a lot of different things. I can't remember what I said to my friend, but I definitely said something that I thought was universal, and it most certainly wasn't. So now I'm questioning everything about slang between the countries. Right, I'm going to do 25 minutes more of writing. You've got 25 minutes more to edit. So did you say you got 4 pages left? Oh, that's fine then. If it's from Northern England, at least it's my sort of slang. Oh, that's fine. A useful word to know, perhaps? I didn't realise that was a Northern thing. Is it? Oh. See, now I'm questioning different words between North and South. Why do I feel like I know that word? I was gonna say I'm sure I thought I'd seen that somewhere before, because I was definitely that kid who got the dictionaries and looked up what like swear words were in different languages. It's not a northern thing. I don't know if it's northern, but it's certainly not common knowledge. Yeah, it won't surprise me if it's northern. To be fair, northern. To be fair. Because we have gone a bit off the beaten track. Although the word Marde, which is definitely northern, that can actually be classed as not just slang, because there is apparently a Chinese translation of it. So it's not just people from the north of England who call people not Marde, but also Chinese people. And that means to like whine and moan about something if you've not been told that one before. The word Marde, it is, let me chuck it into the chat to spell it. So Marde. Yeah, and that is, it is a slang word, and it means to like whine, moan. There's an Arctic Monkeys song called Mardy Bum, and it's the idea of someone's annoyed by something, but it's not justifiably annoyance. So you kind of like have a temper tantrum, but there is a Chinese translated version of it, so it's not just slang technically, because it has a direct translation, which I found. When did I find that out? Maybe 8 years ago. It was quite interesting to learn about. But yeah, kind of like pissy, but it's more. Normally you tell it to kids, so you're like, oh, stop being mardy, is like, so they want to go to McDonald's and you say no, or like they want pizza and you tell them no, and then they just sulk, so they like sit in a corner and just like and got face on and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the sort of terminology for it. Yeah, kind of more annoyed in a petty and irrational way. So it's more it's normally over something small, and usually telling someone they're Mardy will make them worse. It's one of those words. I always find it difficult to describe because without using the actual word itself. But yeah, it's more like sulking, and um, we also say like got the face on, like they're just upset, and it's not at all justified. It's not like just over something really minor and like really like inconvenient. It's not really even convenient. Yeah, just something minor. But like, yeah, they want pizza. You've told them we're not having pizza for tea, so they go and sit in a corner and refuse to speak to you. That's sort of the behaviour and the idea behind it. See, and this is why these live streams are great. Look at us sharing languages across the internet and understanding slang. I'm surprised Mardy hasn't picked up more usage, especially after the Arctic Monkeys, because, like I said, one of their songs from the first album, I think it was like one of their first hits, was called Mardy Bum. And it is literally just a song about a couple having a fight. Right, 25 minutes. So that'll take us to about 5 to 10 my time, 5 to 11 your time. And you should be able to get some good editing done. I might be able to finish off this chapter, which would be wonderful because I've been struggling with it for a couple of days. But yeah, let us get going with that. Put my little banner on here as I've made some. I might as well have them ticking across. Okay, so I managed to do a crazy 755 words in that time frame, and I went and got another drink as well, so it was even less than 25 minutes, but I managed to double, well, do right even more than I had in the first one, so definitely got into the swing of things. I don't like how some of it's played out, but I feel like, because this is kind of a first draft, it don't matter how rubbish it is, because it can just be worked on a little bit better. Did you manage to get much editing done in that time frame? Oh, nice. 6 pages is good. It's a nice amount. Are you editing the entire 408,000? I'm guessing. We've managed to get through much of it since you finished writing, or did you give it like a bit of time before you jumped into the edits for it? I'll turn that off. Let's hide that. Yeah, I can imagine that's a lot of pages. But at least you'll have got something to work towards and you're enjoying it, which is always the plus side. I just started editing today after a few days off. Yeah. It's always better to leave it a little bit so it's not too fresh. But I guess it depends on what you need. I know sometimes there'll be like a section of something that I wrote that just doesn't leave my mind at all, really, and it's just there that you know in the back of your head is just like, I need to finish this off. I need to get this done. 1,196 pages in Word standard page size. Oh my god, 100, nearly 1,284 pages. Oh my god. I dread to think how big that would be if you put it into a book. That is huge. I think my novella is like 60 A4 pages, and then when I tried to convert it down into book-sized pages, that was like 150. So, oh, that is gonna be huge if you were to ever put that into like a physical book. But I feel like you should try. I don't know if you could ever get that book printed. I don't know if they'd be able to like get the binding right, but wow, that's incredible. How is the Word document not crashing? That is a lot to put into a Word document. I'm just trying to understand how that 408k is more than the entirety of Lord of the Rings. Oh my god. I think though, see, I've got copies of Lord of the Rings downstairs, and part of me feels like they're an abridged version because they don't look that huge. They're like quite narrow. It's like, oh, I've got one next to me. I can't remember how many pages this is. So it's like this book that I've got is quite chunky, but this is like, it's quite a large book compared to like a standard paperback size, and this is 613 pages. But God, just the thought of that. Well, my gaming laptop starts breathing heavily whenever I open the document. Oh my god, a gaming laptop can't cope with it. And I've discovered that Word is not, in fact, made for documents that are almost 1,200. I'm surprised, honestly, shocked. I don't think any program is designed for 1,200 pages. I know that even Google Docs struggles. I think Google Docs struggles if you get over like a few hundred. So I can still edit the document on mobile Word, which is impressive, but it's not very convenient. No, I can imagine if it's like I've got a Samsung S10, like this size screen, That sounds painful. Are you doing the edits on your computer then, or is it just on your mobile? Or yeah, very laggy. I can't imagine. See, my laptop lags and Scrivener lags, but I bought this laptop in December 2014. So my issue is more that my actual laptop is old rather than the document. I'm just 1,200 pages. Just, at least I know how many pages 408,000 words needs now. But I do on mobile sometimes when I have the urge to write. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, on computer. Okay, so sometimes you edit on computer and sometimes you do it on mobile. But I still 408,000 words, 1,200 pages. I'm in awe. I don't think I've ever wrote anything that's like that much. I'm just teach me your ways. I used to just put the words in my notes app, but copying them to the mobile document is even worse because the only thing worse than writing up mobile words is formatting. Yeah, I can imagine it doesn't enjoy that. I know mobile Excel has a bit of a temper tantrum because reasons. Mobile Microsoft products, I think, is the issue. Thanks, Punt B 80 to 100k. Think you may have gone slightly over. Then when I reached that, I was like, I guess it'll be more like 200k. I feel like you've got more than one story in this book. I can't even begin to imagine where you would start. Like, I don't know if I could look at that and go, yeah, I'll read that. 1,200 A4 pages. That is crazy. But at least you've enjoyed it. That is the plus side. At least it's something that you wanted to write and you feel like you have got to that sort of level that you didn't want to stop because you were just enjoying yourself. So there's always that. But wow. And you finished it. Because I know a lot of time I will write something and then just do not finish it. I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm going with this. Because I write myself into a corner a lot. Because I don't plot or outline a lot. This what I'm writing this month is the most I've outlined something ever. Before that, I used to just do like outline a chapter, like this chapter I want this to happen. So then you write yourself into a corner, but you don't realize you've done it until like 3 chapters later, and you go, that wasn't a smart idea. Honestly, the advice I can give is to make a list of all the tropes and little scenes you want to include, and then just work through them. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of what I do with like. I feel like that's kind of what I've outlined. So I had my document of 30 chapters and then I did like a small paragraph of like, this is what needs to happen in this chapter. I think I couldn't do a story that's plot heavy that long. Mine's long because it's mostly domestic fluff with some sort of ongoing story woven through. So it sounds very fanfic. I remember fan fiction was just really good at spreading a story over like multiple chapters because you put in like the fluff chapters, but the fluff chapters is what people want with fan fiction because you just want like that like little sort of happiness going on with things. It's daily life illustrated, so I feel like it's a lot easier than having to connect dots and plot. Yeah, I can imagine that just writing about this is how they form this field, or this is how this magic is done, or this is the life in this person. Would help to push that along a little bit more. But no, I think as long as you've enjoyed it, and writing anything is always good, keeps you in the practice of it, and writing 408,000 words in 17 months will definitely keep you in the practice of it. But I think, yeah, I just think as long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? When you're doing writing. Not everything has to be something that you want to put out in the world. You don't want to have to publish it. Yeah, fanfic is different because we've already got all the heavy plot and stuff in canon, so now we need a fix of straight up fluff for our feels to feel it. Yes, or smut. Yeah, the amount of fanfics that I used to read, and it was like, now there's a lemon chapter coming up, which was just like pure filth. I don't know why they called it lemon. Oh, but it was always like Yuri or Yaoi, is it? Yeah, it was always like male male or female female. They constantly like decannoned the relationships. Um and I definitely on fanfic.net used to filter the stories by M, which meant mature rating. Not for the smut, but because it was usually written by an adult, so the quality was slightly better. But the amount of the M rating stories that were just like porn. That's the only way to describe it. No problem. I think I'm showing my age. Haven't heard smut chapters referred to lemons in a long time. See, that's how long it's been since I was on doing fan fiction. I want to say 12 years ago, I stopped updating my fan fiction story. So it's been a while. So all I can remember is the really old terms. I'm guessing they don't use that anymore. Then what was it? Someone referred to a scene that like got some relationshipy stuff in it as I think they called it a lime. I don't think that caught on, and that was my favorite. The fact that they said that they'd got fluff limes and lemons in their story. Oh, so it was a thing. I only ever saw it on like one or two, and I always remembered it. I'm like, why are they calling it after citrus fruits? But you know, why not? Why not have after citrus fruits? It's a great way to classify things. But no, sometimes I want to go on fanfic.net and just like read some of the stuff because it's been so long that I'm sure I know a lot of the people that I used to read don't write anymore. So it'd be interesting to see what the new generation are doing and sort of like how they're changing things around just from a purely sort of like this is what the new generation of writers are wanting to do with their canon stories. Make more sense if it was chilies and peppers because they're spicy. Well, yeah, but like I've always referred to like smut and stuff as steamy, but like you can't really have anything that's steamy. But I have heard that like TikTok is calling everything spicy for like smut chapters, which I find odd. But then like I guess it's because it's heating up. I don't know. I don't get citrus fruit. That was such an odd way of describing any sort of any sort of smut. Just so bizarre. Well, that would better than my idea because I thought steamed vegetables and then was like thinking broccoli and carrot. So dumplings would probably make more sense. Oh yeah, well yeah, we'll make smut chapters now called dumplings. You've heard it here first. I wonder if you can get that to catch on. Maybe I start writing fan fiction again and call smut chapters dumplings and see what happens. Um, I've never tried it, but maybe. I will not be responsible for that one, don't you? No, I'm tempted. I'm so tempted right now to. I want to make dumplings a thing. I'm just gonna subvert the fan fiction culture, and it's no longer Spicer. It's dumpling. Oh God! Imagine that being your legacy. You were the person responsible for smut being referred to as dumplings. And that's how you lose subscribers, people, referring to saucy sex scenes as dumplings. I still don't know where lemon. I'm so tempted to Google it, but I'm also not going to Google why smoke was called lemons and limes. Because I don't know if I need that in my Google history. Because it doesn't make any sense. I can't think of anything the why citrus would be like saucy. Nope, nothing. Oh. Okay, I can't believe it's 10:15. Well, 11:15 for you, but it's just I feel like I've been awake all day. Oh, can I face doing another round of writing, or am I gonna go and sleep? That is now the conundrum we're at because I am 29 years old, and old is the key word in that sentence. I feel like I can't stay up late anymore. I've got my water. Maybe I need to start doing writing live streams whilst drinking, although that might send me to sleep. This is true. That is usually how days go. But I don't feel like I'm normally awake for this long. I just feel like I've done so much. So I've been in isolation for 2 weeks because my partner caught COVID, and that meant I had to isolate for 10 days. So today I've been allowed out and I've just been like, I'm going everywhere. So I just feel like it's been a really long day because I've managed to fit so much into it to make up for all the lost time. I think, oh, and my contact lens is now playing up because I've been in so long. So I think I'm going to call it a night because my eyes are refusing to cooperate with me. I feel like I need to sit like this for a bit just to like keep my eyes open because I feel like they're drooping because I want to sleep. So I'm going to call it a night, and at least I got some more words done before the end of Nano. So that's nice as well. And you managed to finish and start your editing, which is amazing. But I think I'm just gonna go and sleep. Let us close off these things. Thanks. Hopefully you managed to get some sleep as well tonight because sleep is nice. Is the only way I'm gonna put it. But I hope that if you don't go to bed straight away, that you manage to get some more editing done and that the editing goes smoothly and your Microsoft Word does not crash on whichever device you decide to review things on. I would potentially suggest splitting it up into smaller chunks and just seeing if that's easier and then just lumping them back together when it's done. But that's because I can't cope when things crash. So I would do like the easiest option. But I don't know when I'll next do a live stream because this was more just a. Well, to be fair, that's impressive that it's not crashed at all yet. I feel like you've got more luck with technology than me, so I hope that that stays that way for you. But I'm not sure when I'll next do a live stream because this was more just a camp nano thing. But I have enjoyed doing it. So I might move to like once a month. I don't know if it'll be writing focused, and I'm not sure what time it'll be. But it's been nice to jump on and have some accountability with my writing. So what I've learned is that I need people to be there in some capacity to force me to write. But oh yeah, so I am gonna go and I'm gonna take out these contact lenses because this one is definitely drying out and it is frustrating. So hopefully I will see you soon, and I hope that you enjoy all of the editing that you've got to do. See you later. Bye.